Discipline is not something you suddenly wake up with one morning. It is not a personality trait, not a gift, not luck, and definitely not motivation. Discipline is a quiet decision you make when nobody is watching. It is what remains when the excitement is gone, when the emotions cool down, and when the world stops cheering for you. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, did not struggle because he lacked power. He struggled because even an emperor must wake up every day and command himself before he can command others. He ruled armies, nations, and history, but his greatest war was internal. And that same war is the one you are fighting right now. If you have ever felt weak because you procrastinate, if you have ever promised yourself, tomorrow I will start, and watch tomorrow become never, if you feel frustrated because you know what to do, but you don't do it, then understand this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not broken. You are simply undisciplined. And the good news is this: discipline can be built, not through hype, not through motivation videos, but through a way of thinking that has survived for more than 2,000 years. Stoicism was not created to make people feel good. It was created to make people strong. Marcus Aurelius wrote his thoughts in private, never meant for an audience. He wrote reminders to himself because even the strongest mind needs reinforcement. He reminded himself that life is short, that comfort is seductive, and that the human mind constantly tries to escape effort. What makes Stoicism powerful is that it does not promise happiness. It promises clarity. And clarity is the foundation of discipline. The first truth Stoicism teaches is brutal but liberating. You control far less than you think. Most people waste their energy fighting reality, wishing circumstances were different, blaming others, blaming the past, blaming the system. This is mental weakness disguised as explanation. The Stoic mind cuts through this illusion immediately. You cannot control outcomes, opinions, or other people. You can only control your thoughts, your actions, and your response. Discipline begins the moment you stop arguing with reality and start acting within it. You don't need perfect conditions. You need commitment. You don't need motivation. You need obedience to your own standards. Every morning is a test of discipline. Not the big dramatic moments, but the small ones. The moment your alarm rings, the moment you feel resistance. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he was not born for comfort, but for purpose. Getting out of bed was not optional because duty does not negotiate. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it quietly trains you to be weak. Purpose feels heavy at first, but it forges strength over time. Discipline grows when you stop asking, "What do I feel like doing?" and start asking, "What must be done?" Stoicism also teaches voluntary hardship, a concept modern people avoid at all costs. The Stoics intentionally exposed themselves to discomfort, not because they hated pleasure, but because they refused to be controlled by it. When you choose discomfort voluntarily, discomfort loses its power over you. Cold showers, physical training, hunger, silence, solitude. These are not punishments. They are training grounds. Discipline is built when your body learns that discomfort is not dangerous, and your mind learns that it does not get to quit just because things feel hard. Time is another battlefield, where discipline is either built or destroyed. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that life is short and unpredictable, not to create fear, but urgency. You do not have unlimited time. Every hour wasted is a piece of life you will never get back. Undisciplined people treat time casually, as if tomorrow is guaranteed. Disciplined people treat time as sacred. They understand that wasting time is not harmless. It is self-betrayal. When you respect your time, your actions begin to align with your values. One of the greatest enemies of discipline is the illusion of tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes a hiding place for excuses. Tomorrow is where dreams go to die quietly. Stoicism destroys this illusion by forcing you to confront mortality. You could leave life at any moment. Not in a dramatic way, but in a realistic one. Accidents, illness, randomness, they do not ask for permission. When you live with this awareness, urgency becomes natural. Discipline stops feeling like pressure and starts feeling like respect for the limited life you have been given. Another pillar of Stoic discipline is impulse control. Most people believe their impulses define them. Hunger, anger, desire, fear, these emotions feel powerful, but they are not commands, they are signals. The disciplined mind creates space between impulse and action. That pause is everything. In that pause, you decide who is in control, your urges or your principles. Every time you resist an impulse that goes against your values, discipline grows stronger. Every time you surrender, it weakens. Stoicism also teaches the power of silence. Modern culture rewards loudness, announcements, and validation. The Stoic path rejects this. Discipline grows quietly. You do not need to tell people what you are building. You do not need applause for consistency. The strongest transformations happen when nobody is watching. When you work without recognition, you remove ego from the process. And without ego, discipline becomes stable. Pain is unavoidable in life. The Stoics understood this deeply. The question is not whether you will experience pain, but how you respond to it. Complaining trains the mind to resist reality. Acceptance trains the mind to adapt. Discipline does not mean pretending pain doesn't exist. It means refusing to let pain control your behavior. Endure, adjust, continue. This mindset builds resilience, and resilience is discipline under pressure. Modern people romanticize intensity, sudden bursts of effort, extreme motivation, dramatic transformations. Stoicism rejects this fantasy. Discipline is boring. It is repetition. It is showing up on ordinary days. It is doing the same basic actions over and over without excitement. This is why discipline works, because most people refuse to live this way. Greatness is not created in heroic moments. It is created in quiet consistency. Finally, Stoicism teaches radical self-accountability. Marcus Aurelius constantly evaluated himself. Not harshly, but honestly. He lived as if he were watching his own actions from the outside. This creates internal standards that do not depend on praise or punishment. Discipline becomes self-respect in motion. You act correctly because you refuse to disappoint the person you are becoming. Self-discipline is not about becoming cold or rigid. It is about becoming free. Free from impulses that sabotage you. Free from excuses that delay your growth. Free from regret that comes from wasted potential. When you master discipline, your emotions stop controlling you. Your environment stops dominating you. You begin to act from principle, not impulse. Marcus Aurelius understood that true power is internal. Empires fall, status fades, but self-mastery remains. You do not rise to your goals. You fall to your level of discipline. And that level is built daily, through choices so small, most people ignore them. If this message challenged you, if it made you uncomfortable, if it felt like it was speaking directly to you, that is not an accident. That discomfort is clarity, and clarity is the beginning of change. If you want to build a mind that cannot be broken, habits that do not collapse, and discipline that does not depend on motivation, then subscribe to this channel. Not for inspiration, but for transformation. Comment below, discipline is freedom, and commit silently and seriously to to becoming the version of yourself that does not negotiate with weakness. Remember this, the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime.